Yo, what it do, Center fans? This is your host, Jay Heezy, formerly number 27 on the field, but always number 1 in your hearts. Here with me today, you know who it is, our captain. Yes, still our captain, who has not hit the transfer portal or declared the number 9 on the field, Brayden Willis. And this is the podcast on the prairie. B. Willie.
Jake?
I think I just gave it away for you, but I was excited.
Well, I already told the media that I was playing so after the Tech game. But, yeah, I'm playing.
It's an H-back thing. That's what we do.
So, that's just when they asked me after the Tech game, I was doing media, and they were like, yeah, so you said, they asked me a question, and I had emphasized that we got to be better, and, this last game to send the guys off, gain momentum and everything like that. And they're like, oh, so we assume that you're playing. And I was like, yeah.
You're like,
I was kind of confused. And I was like, really, y'all are the only people that have assumed that I wasn't playing. Y'all are the only people that have asked me that question. Coaches didn't even ask me that.
Bro, I remember thinking last year, I'm like, I need all the film I can get,
No doubt.
I need the boost, bro, because fullbacks don't even get drafted for real, and I guess your position is a little bit different. But I say all that to say, I'm glad you're playing. Before you get too far into the pod, this episode is presented by Plainview Legal Group. We all know Brayden is the king of nicknames, right? There's Weight Room Willie, QB Willie, 100-yard Willie, and many more.
Jay, I love all those nicknames, but you know who else deserves different nicknames for all they do? Plainview Legal Group. Plainview Legal Group focuses primarily on property law and business matters, including eminent domain, inverse condemnation, real estate transactions, oil and gas title examination, adverse possession, quiet title, and other boundary disputes.
Plainview Legal Group also handles estate planning and probate, from simple wills to proving undue influence. Additionally, their attorneys negotiate, draft, review, and litigate all kinds of commercial contracts for individuals and businesses across various industries throughout Oklahoma.
Plainview Legal Group is a Norman-based law firm owned and operated by 2 OU grads, husband and wife duo, Travis and Haley Dennis. Haley has even taught a real estate transactions class at OU College of Law in Norman.
To schedule your free consultation, visit their website at www.plainviewlegal.com. Give them a call at 405-310-0183 or email them at info@plainviewlegal.com.
Please see show notes for important disclaimer information. Yeah, and it's obviously, everybody knows by now my little foot situation, and it obviously is contingent on that, but my foot is getting better day by day, and so I fully expect to be able to be fully healthy within. We still got 22 days before the game is, so I fully expect to be out there playing with my boys. So,
bro, you know what time of year it is? It's the time of year where my face starts getting like super white because. I don't know if the fans notice, but at some point during the year, me and you are like the same color, almost. Like I'm always a little bit lighter, but in the summertime, I get pretty tanned up. You know what I'm saying? But I noticed when we hopped on and started recording or was about to record, I'm like, dang, my face looks like Brayden looks darker than normal. Then I was like, I'm starting to look like Alex.
That's true. I do get a little bit darker a little bit lighter in the winter, but I typically stay the same color year round. Kind of. I get a little bit darker in the summer, a little bit lighter, but I typically stay around the same range.
Yeah, I'm proud of my melanin, bro. It's like I can take in a good amount of sun, but I also just let it out, and I can, play the other side at some point. But we low key make like a nice little Oreo, like me, you, and Alex. Like we're like the definition of what Martin Luther King wanted when slavery and segregation ended. Like, he was just like,
oh my God. He's on one today.
I want a mix
Oh,
football and
you are on one
like,
today.
Other football player. Yeah. But anyways, bro. We haven't gotten a chance to hop on the podcast in a while. I kind of miss you. I'm like,
I know
dang.
it's been a minute.
Oh,
Oh,
you've
sheesh,
been
it's good to
busy.
be back on here and talk to you, man.
Yeah, like no, for real. I was talking to my mom about you the other day, and she was like, "So what's Brayden gonna do? Like, what's the situation?" And da 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 da. I was like, I got to let me holler at him. But bro, I meant to ask you, did you get like an invite to like any of the
Senior Bowls?
Yeah.
I got some invites to the other ones, so I didn't get no the Reese's Senior Bowl one. And we were in our team meeting, and Coach V announced, we have 3 guys that are gonna, attend the Senior or got Senior Bowl invites. Talking about the Reese's Senior Bowl,
Yeah.
and I thought I was one of the guys. I mean, I thought I've had a pretty decent season. And he said E.G., Wanye, and J Red, and we all clapped for him, and I was happy for him. And then I was like, wait a minute, he didn't say my name. I was like, huh. And then he looked at me. Everybody in the room was kind of confused. Everybody was like, and like you could kind of hear it. So he looks at me next, and he's like, yeah, you're the next guy up. Like if someone gets injured or, or can't make it, or, so you got a pretty good shot of making it, 90% chance or whatever. I've been talking to Jim Nagy, and I was like, I'm not really a backup type of guy, but I mean, I guess.
Dang. So wait, coach told you that you're a backup guy, or like you already know that already?
Yeah, that's what Jim Nagy told him.
Yeah, I saw Eric post it, and we'll holler at him a little bit later. But I was waiting on your post next, and then I never saw it. And I was like,
yeah, nothing.
Just wait till I talk to him. Dang, that's kind of messed up, bro.
Yeah, I you know what? I'm blessed, and I'm not, too messed up about it. I'm just going, like, wherever I land is wherever I land, and the Lord already got it written for me and everything like that. But
for sure.
I will say there's some guys that have already accepted their invite. There's some guys that have already got invited and everything. That they stats, man, stats aren't everything, but these stats don't compare to mine, and I'm just kind of confused. I'm like scratching my head a little bit. I was talking to my mom, and I'm like,
Bro, this reminds me of the Danny Stutzman and the All Big 12 situation again. Like you put somebody who has like 60 or 70 tackles over somebody that has 120.
Right.
But I guess, I don't know, bro. Only thing I can think of is like maybe winning has something to do with it. Like
maybe.
Who knows? Well, I'm going to let you play the humble card, bro. And you can do that. But Jay Hall, I got to get on Twitter and hit up Jim Nagy after this or something. Because anyways, but one thing I will say, though, stay ready, though, because the same thing happened to TJ Pledger last year. And I remember TJ walking in, and I was like, what? And then I was like, bro, like, what happened? He was like, bro, I got a call. I was on a flight. 2 hours later, it's 9:00 at night. He gets there to Mobile later that night around like, I don't know, like 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning. And we have practice that morning at like 8:30. And I'm like, bro's already suited. I was like, bro, like, this is crazy. But stay ready. You know how it is. But proud of you regardless. Anything else you got going on since we've last talked?
I've just been rehabbing and stuff like that, trying to get my foot right. And I've started, we've talked about it, but started the agent, filling out process and all that other complicated and stuff that is not my favorite. I'm just the type of guy, I just want to play ball. All that other stuff is kind of for the birds, but it has to be done. So I started that stuff. And that's really about it. Really,
I remember going through that process, and I was just like, man, like I just want this to be done. Like,
oh man,
I just wanted to get somewhere, train, and play ball. Like that was it.
Yeah.
But the process is most people don't know. Like honestly, choosing an agent is worse than actually selecting a school, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Like coming out of high school, and choosing a college to attend, choosing an agent is way harder because, like, with an agent, there's no, you don't know, you can't predict people. You know what I'm saying?
People are hard to read.
Yeah. And especially in such a little amount of time, you know, at least in college football, you can see a coach's background record. You can holler at a player about them or this and that. And when you're choosing an agent, it's like, I don't know. Have you had any trouble trying to pick one or anything like that so far?
I just started, you know, kind of looking at my options and everything like that. But as of right now, I'm really focusing on the people that I've already had, like, that have been basically recommended to me, or I already like have like ties to, if that makes sense. But
yeah,
I will keep you updated. But as of right now, it's just kind of been the filling out process, you know, talking to some, discussing with my family what we want in an agent, what we're expecting, you know, what the timeline is looking like, if I'm going to do it before the bowl or after, you know. So it's just been kind of a filling out process right now.
Well, keep me updated. I have not been choosing an agent or anything of that nature. I've been doing normal people activities, bro. I went to an escape room this past weekend. For those of y'all, wait, what?
Yeah. Well,
where?
I guess not this weekend. I did one. What's the day? Wednesday? I guess Monday.
Which one did you go to?
The one in the mall, the red room thing.
You did that one too. Wait, which room did you do?
I did contraceptive, something with a C.
It wasn't the one that started with like 2 different rooms.
Started with 2 rooms?
Yeah, bro. The one I went to, the same one on, I think it was like Friday. That, which for our listeners, if y'all are ever looking to do an escape room, we don't even do promo for them or anything, but they have like the best, in my opinion. But yeah, I did one room there. I think it started with a T, and me and my partner, we started in separate rooms.
Yeah, okay, yeah. There wasn't. I know exactly which one you're talking about, but we didn't do that one. We did the scary one. We had a group.
No, don't do that one though. That one's like way too hard. Like,
nah, the scary one was hard, bro. The scary one was. I'm not even gonna lie. Oh, it was called confinement.
Confinement,
bro. That thing was hard.
Hard.
We were like the first couple of hints and stuff that, like, with the first 30 minutes we were kind of stuck in the first room, but once we got going, we were rolling. But yeah, that one was, we had like 6 people
sharing a podcast, playing the same position, going on the same activities. Maybe you're like my long lost brother or something.
I mean, could possibly be. Both are kind of light skin, and you know, I mean, it's a possibility.
Yeah. We'll have to go to like ancestry.com or something.
You know, probably same relatives, same area maybe.
Hey, well, coming up next, Sooner Nation, I think we got a pretty good interview for you all. Stay tuned. All right, we got Eric Gray. Brayden, you said you love eating, right? How stuffed were you after Thanksgiving dinner?
Jay, I haven't been home in years. I went home in the first go around. I think I had 3 plates, man. I was stuffed.
Hey, brother, you could tell I'm not an athlete no more. I was good after 1 plate.
Thanksgiving is over, and with all the good food that we enjoyed, many of us are feeling a little stuffed. And if you're feeling stuffed in your house, maybe it's time to find a different one that better fits your needs. Turn to Web Property Group to help you find the perfect new house.
At Web Properties Group, Phil and Thelene Webb and their team are ready to help. Start your home search now by calling 405-322-5632. And if you haven't talked to the lender about a mortgage, call the most experienced lending turkey in town, Matt McDaniel with the McDaniel Mortgage Group at 214-435-1988, or visit the online application at www.appwithmatt.com.
The McDaniel Mortgage Group and Web Properties Group will make your home buying experience easy as pie. So get started today.
All right, Sooner Nation, it's only right that I give our leading rusher the appropriate introduction, right? So coming in at a solid 210, a good 5'10", number 0 on the field. Yes, sir. Flex on them.
Yeah.
Wearing the Dior on the podcast. Our running back, Eric Gray. What up, my boy?
What's good? It's good to be here. I appreciate y'all having me on.
We appreciate you.
Yeah.
Yes,
Brayden.
sir, my guy.
Brayden, what is he wearing, bro? Y'all educate me. Y'all. I'm a simple guy. Brayden knows. I don't.
Well, J Hall,
Yeah.
it looks to me that he has a all Dior sweatshirt on. I mean Dior everything.
Yeah.
I ain't never seen that one. That must be out the store. That must be a new edition or something like that. And
Fresh
then
off the rack.
it looks like he has a Cartier. It's Cartier buffs on, maybe some Cartier lenses or something like that. I don't know, but he got them. He got that TikTok. He got that on though.
You got that on. Yes, sir.
Don't got enough. He got it on though.
Hey, you got on earrings too? You any?
I
Or
got
you might have.
some little earrings. You might can't see them.
Ooh,
Got on some
okay.
little earrings.
Hey, no, we see the sparkle, bro. We see the sparkle. That's all we need.
See the little thing.
But nah, EG, man, like I got so much I feel like I could talk to you about. Just so much has happened over the past year. But first things first, man, how you doing? Tell Sooner Nation where you at. I'm sure they'll want to know what's the plan for you over the next month or so. What you got going on?
So right now, I declared for the draft. So I won't be playing in the bowl game.
Right.
So right now I'm in the process of moving to my training spot. I'm about to start training for about 2 weeks. Then I'm going to go home, chill with the fam over the holiday, over Christmas. And then I'll go right back to training. J-Hall, you know how it is. So
Yep.
Brayden will be doing it very soon. We're going straight to training and all the way through the draft.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
No, for me, I do know, but when we finished, we played. Well, I played in the bowl game last year, and I'll ask you about that here in a second.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm one thing I will say is I'm glad you get to spend the time with your family beforehand, because when I left, bro, like I didn't see my parents for a minute. You know what I'm saying? Like training, just the games, the draft day, and everything. But let's talk about you and your process a little bit more, right? So you decided not to play in the bowl game, which I completely understand. I understand both sides. I don't sway to either one, but what all went into your decision to opt out and move on to start training?
So for me, I was looking at, like you said, the timing aspect of everything. You know what I'm saying? It was kind of a hard decision because I didn't want to opt out on my brothers. I didn't want to opt out on the guys, but I felt at the time, now I felt that it was more important for me to go train to get kind of a leg up on all these other guys. They got to play these late December games, late January games. I get a whole 2 weeks of training, you know what I'm saying, 40 stuff, change of direction, all of this different stuff that I can do 2 weeks prior to everybody getting to wherever they're going to train.
Yeah. Oh, I feel that.
Yeah.
Brayden, you got a rebuttal? Brayden's doing the exact opposite.
No, I don't. I mean, and like I told you, so to give a little insight to why I'm playing in the game, because it's more for personal reasons, right? I think that, like you said, more film would be better for me. And obviously, I think EG is in the same boat as, like, we want to play and we want to send, the younger guys off on a good note and, send Coach BV off on a good note for his second season and everything like that. But at the same time, we got to look about stuff for our future. And for my future, a little bit more yards in film wouldn't hurt. And also, I'm 60 yards away from 1,000 in my career, 1,000 yards in my career. And so I think that would look better on my resume. Gotta get it. So, that's kind of what went into the decision for me. Obviously, like I told you, Jay, if the foot doesn't, progress in the right manner, then it's going to have to be, like I'm not going to be able to play. Obviously, I'll be down there and stuff with them. But that's kind of what went to my decision to play. So I don't have any rebuttal against that. I completely agree. Like you said, it's one of those things where this is like a career nowadays, and we've seen that more than ever with the transfer portal and NIL and everything like that. So, you know, you had a 1,000-yard season for us. You played really well. You're the bright spot on the team. So I really have no, you know, you've given everything to us, leadership.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I don't have no rebuttal. You know what I'm saying?
I feel that.
I don't think Sooner Nation does either. I think everything from what I've seen, they're really appreciative and wishing you the best. So
I think as long as your decision making is thorough,
Right.
and that you're comfortable with your final decision and the vision you have for yourself in the future, you're good. You know, the sooner you can start thinking about your body and your decision making as a business now, the better, in my opinion. You know, I know Brayden, you just mentioned the whole 1,000-yard thing, and moving on to Eric, his 1,000+ yards was what, 1,400 somewhere? I forgot the exact number.
It's close to 14, right under 14.
Yeah, right under 14. Number 9 all time on a single season rushing list, bro. How does that make you feel, knowing that you just so you jumped DeMarco, right? You passed your coach.
Yeah, I did.
Like, what you go tell to DeMarco after that happened? I know you said so.
No, I didn't. I ain't say nothing to him. I ain't want to. You know how DeMarco is. I ain't want to ruin his mojo. I ain't want to say.
Hey. Well, we can all admit. Well, at least I'm gonna say, DeMarco a little sensitive.
You hear it out of my mouth, DeMarco.
hey, I tell him to his face, but but nah, go ahead, EG. What was going through your mind when you found out?
Man, it was a blessing. You know what I'm saying? I know one day Brayden was there. The coach came in and was like, Eric needs 200 or something yards to break the top 10 all-time leading rushers. And I kind of, you know what I'm saying? I kind of took it and I wanted it. I wanted it really bad. I wanted to be on that list because that's a list forever. You know what I'm saying? That's a list I come back to Oklahoma and my kids can see. You know what I'm saying? That is a list that my parents can be proud of. That's a list everybody in my family can be proud of, being 9th all-time in Oklahoma history. You know what I'm saying? I wish it was first. I wish I could do it and be first in Oklahoma history. But 9th is, you know what I'm saying, it's a big accomplishment for this season. The season didn't go the way we wanted, but we still had some positives in the season. Positives for us older guys leaving and positive for the younger guys to continue to build on. So I think this season, grateful, you know what I'm saying, definitely grateful for coming to Oklahoma. So it was definitely good for me.
B. Willie, I don't know about you, but when I was a kid, I was a baller in basketball, all right?
Yeah, I mean, I played all types of sports. Okay. You know, I was the athlete. All right. But a lot of people will agree that when I was younger, baseball was probably my best sport. So,
okay. Baseball, basketball, football. That's pretty cool. You know, at Anon Sports, they're offering incredible youth sports opportunities for kids throughout the state of Oklahoma. They offer basketball, volleyball, baseball, soccer, and flag football.
Ages vary from 3 to 14 years old, depending on the sport. And I-9 is all about convenience for families. Practices and games are on the same day, so it's a one-day-a-week commitment. Practice first, then gameplay.
Leagues last 7 weeks, and they have locations in the Edmond, OKC area, Yukon, Moore, and Norman. We have a special offer for our listeners. When you use the code PrairiePod at checkout, you get $10 off your registration.
We know a lot of our listeners are parents, so check out I9 Sports at i9sports.com to see if there is a league right for them and you.
Let's talk about the season a little bit more. You know, this one specifically being a whole lot different than your initial season last year.
Right.
I've heard Brayden's perspective throughout the year. We've had some guys on talk about the change over the year. The change has been good. Mm-hmm. The off the field things have been good. The chemistry, it seems like, has been good. But what has been your opinion of just the results aspect of it? Was there anything specific that you could point out, or was it, you know, maybe something else you might have noticed, or maybe there was no solution that you can find and you just gave it your all, much like Brayden says all the time, you know, control what you can control. But what was your overall opinion of this past 2022 season?
You know, going back and looking at that season, I think it's a lot of games that if we just, like Brayden knows, we talked about it all season. If it's a lot of games that we just did one or two things differently, we end a 10-2, 9-3 season. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of different things that went into those games. And when you're playing big time Power 5 college football, you got to win close games.
Yeah.
You look at teams around the country that are undefeated right now, they won the close game. We got to win close games. We got to be able to third and 1 for the game, we got to be able to get it. You know what I'm saying? On both sides of the ball, offense and defense, we got to be able to do it. So I think this year is more so we beat ourselves. We beat ourselves in a lot of different games. It wasn't anything that the opponents did. We just beat ourselves in a lot of different games. It was just us making just one more mistake than they did.
Yeah.
So like I said, you take away those mistakes, which happens, you know what I'm saying? You take away those mistakes and you're looking at a normal 10-2 team like last year.
Yeah. I think we've talked about this before, Brayden. You know, Lincoln, he used to always say winning is hard, bro. Like winning is hard. And it's right. Like I think one of the games I broke down like 3 or 4 plays that make the biggest difference. And the rest is just ball.
Right.
You know?
Right.
Yeah, like y'all know better than anybody. It comes down to just a few things. And honestly, I think that you guys are a lot better than what the fans and what the outside world gives you credit for. You know, my saying is things are never as good as what they seem, but they're also never as bad as what they seem.
Right.
You know, another question for you, EG, in terms of the offense and your relationship with Lebby, what was it like transitioning into a new offense? You know, high tempo. Typically, you know, his offense is known for airing the ball out. You know, that's what they said at the beginning of the year. I remember that specifically. What was your mindset going into the year of an air raid offense, you know, and the high tempo and that type of deal?
You know, when I figured out that Lebby was going to be the OC, I went and watched all Ole Miss games. I just sat in my room and tried to watch every Ole Miss game I could to kind of see to try to see how he used the back, to try to see if he got the back out of the backfield. You know what I'm saying? Are they running inside zone, outside zone? Are they running counter? Just trying to see what would be the best for me because I was graduating coming up that spring, so I could have transferred and went somewhere else. But I thought it was best, and I feel like I gelled with Lebby quick. You know what I'm saying? The first time meeting him, he was a very personable guy. You know what I'm saying? A younger OC, and Brayden knows we both gelled with him very quickly. You know what I'm saying? Very personable guy. So, and then went through the spring. He showed me all the different nuances of the offense, and I fell in love with it. I figured that I could really play well in that offense, and I ultimately did, which I'm grateful for. Yeah.
I can definitely attest to Brayden talking about his relationship with Lebby. He says the same thing about it. He loves him.
Right. Yeah, I think, Jay, I think at one point I had said that Lebby almost feels like a big brother more than a coach figure. You know what I'm saying? He's all like, we go to practice and he's cracking jokes and you know what I'm saying, being funny, and you know how he is, EG, and it just feels like that's what makes playing for him fun, because it's like, you know, it's like playing for a big brother instead of like authoritative coach, you know, kind of figure.
Right.
Yeah. That's how I felt about Joe John. But in terms of the run game, bro, I was honestly never worried about the run game because of one person. Y'all know who that is?
Who?
Bill Beatenbow.
Oh, thanks.
As long as that man is in Oklahoma, we will run the football.
And he ain't going. DeMarco Murray too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Was never worried, never a question in doubt. Eric, don't be mad at me when I say this now.
Don't say nothing crazy.
I'm not gonna lie. I thought Marcus was gonna be the runaway guy at first. Like from a fan, like whenever you become a fan, like things kind of change for you. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying like I wasn't rooting for you, but I think that, not to say that you surprised people this year, but honestly, bro, like I wasn't expecting it. Like I wasn't expecting the 9th all time. And I know in a way that's like cool for you to hear, because you like, like J-Hawk, like I did that. So, bro, I just want to throw you your flowers real quick, because like, bro, you performed not only better than what was expected, but you were a good thing to see on the field when, you know, the Sooners overall were struggling. So just want to throw that out to you real quick.
No, I appreciate that. You know, I
Yeah.
aim to please. I aim to please.
I appreciate you, my
I'm
boy.
playing, but I'm blessed, man. I'm blessed to be able to do it. So grateful that I had a season that I had this year. You know what I'm saying? So grateful to hear all the people, you know, all the fans saying just what you're saying. You were a bright spot, you know what I'm saying, in this team. I was just out there trying to give my all for the team, trying to find a way to win, as we all were. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, I'm just blessed and grateful, thankful that I could do it.
Yeah. Tell me this. What was this is a little bit outside of Sooner type of question. What was your opinion on Tennessee this year when you saw them get going, and then y'all were losing? I was thinking about you. I was thinking about you and Key. What were you thinking when you saw Tennessee winning games in top 5 and beating up on Bama, and y'all kind of having a hard time at Oklahoma? Like, when you did that, I know that came to mind.
Just think about how many people asked me the question. You wish you would have. You wish you would have stayed. You glad you left. You think about how many Instagram DMs, how many Twitter messages, how many that I got. You know what I'm saying? I still get.
Yeah.
But the thing was for me was just keep playing well, and they can't say nothing to me. You know what I mean? So it was, but I was happy for them. Those guys went through so much turmoil these past couple of years. You know what I'm saying? For them to pull out a 10-2 season, this is great. I think Hypo did a great job of what he's doing there. You know what I'm saying? I have a lot of guys that are still on that team, and I talked to them. I've talked to them through the whole season. I hated that they had to let Spencer do that, but 10-2, that's unheard. They haven't done that in a long time. They haven't won 10-2 in a long time. So I'm definitely happy for those guys in Knoxville.
Yeah, I'm glad you're at Oklahoma, bro, because I'm not gonna lie, I thought about transferring too at one point. I think every player does, especially once the transfer portal opened up.
Right.
But you never know, bro. You've accomplished something at Oklahoma that maybe wouldn't have happened at Tennessee.
No, for sure. Oklahoma, man, people ask me all the time, do I wish I would have stayed? And I say no, because Oklahoma taught me so much. You know, coming here and just having to grind and kind of make a name for myself, which I'm from Tennessee. You know what I'm saying? So having to come here and kind of make a name for myself off the studs, starting from the studs, trying to make a name for myself, it taught me so much. And I'm very grateful that I came here and I was able to excel and really find myself for real.
Now let's talk about that some more, bro, because like the greats at Oklahoma typically don't just transfer in and just start going AWOL. You know, and when I say transfer in, I don't mean like Baker Mayfield or, you know, something like that. Somebody who's kind of like groomed in the program. Like you, bro, year 2, just transfer, boom, just started, you know what I'm saying, made a name for yourself, all-time list. You know, me, I was there for 5 years. Brayden, he's on his 5th year, you know? So to come in and do what you've done has just been cool to see, bro. What do you think you'll miss the most about Venables and just the whole staff in general?
You know, I've played for two college coaches, and Venables, 3. I played for 3 college coaches now. And Venables Brayden knows Venables does so much off the field that I'll really miss. You know what I'm saying? Because not a lot of coaches do that. Just so much off the field with mission trips and what is the thing? The internship, the paid internships, the mission trips, all of those different things you don't see. You don't see coaches, you know, pouring into their players like that off the field. You know what I'm saying? You see a lot of coaches trying to just make sure you're doing everything on the field. When you get out of the building, that's on you. You know what I'm saying? But he's doing so much off the field, trying to build you as a man. We talk about the uncommon man all the time. You know what I'm saying? Doing the things of the world in an uncommon way. We talk about that so much, and I love him for that. I love him for trying to pour into players off the field and really making a man. You know what I'm saying? Making a man out of all 3 or 4 years. So that's what I would say I would miss from the program.
Yeah. Brayden,
100% agree. I 100% agree. I've said that multiple times, haven't I? I mean, it's just the truth. You know, he's making great men, you know, and it's going to pay dividends for him in the future because that just turns into you get great men that do their job and take care of their business and are talented football players. It's going to turn into winning. But Coach V said it all the time. He's not going to serve the player. He's going to serve the heart and the mind and everything like that. And, you could do a lot of winning by just focusing on ball. But when you serve the players, you start a great foundation, it might start a little bit slower, but you're going to build something that's going to last for years. Right. Now, serving those players, man, that could crumble quickly, but serving the heart and the minds, starting a strong foundation, that thing could last for years. So I completely agree.
Yeah. Now that I'm removed from football a little bit, I approach things in terms of longevity. What is built to last? What is a positive habit I can put into my life that will not only make my life better, but something that I can sustain, right? And Brayden, you just said it. When you're serving the player, that's temporary. That's transactionary. But when you're serving the heart, that's feeding into your soul. That's self-development, self-growth. That's sustainable in all areas of life. And so to hear not only you, B. Willie, talk about it throughout the season, but EG come on here on the back end and say that in the midst of all the loss, all the adversity, all the struggles through the fans, we still love our guy. Like BV is still the guy. Mm-hmm. And maybe not everyone knows it, but everyone inside that building does. And that's all that matters.
Right.
Because it could be a completely different situation, bro. How many times have we seen over college football where a team goes like 6-5 and they're just like, oh, we hate them. Like, we can't wait for him to leave. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I'm sure Tennessee had their struggles before the new staff came in. I'm sure y'all were just like, we don't care.
We had double-digit people leave. We had in the 20s people leave.
Yeah. So when I see Venables do what he's done and, guys that are there at Oklahoma now, bless their heart, ones that are in the transfer portal. I mean, no ill will towards them, but it's kind of like what Deion just did at not Oklahoma, what Deion just did at Colorado. You know what I'm saying? He came in. Yeah. He said, yo, like, these are my terms. You either agree to them or leave. Yeah. Venables' system has naturally done that. Either you rise, get better, or leave because his guys is coming in. Right. So it's nice to see that y'all are doing the internships, the funded internships. That's probably why you got the Dior on. It's the internships that's getting the 5-star recruits.
Oh man!
Hey, look, all I'm saying is, if I was getting recruited and I saw EG walking down the hall in Dior, I'd be like, oh yeah, they paying
the one. Yeah, this the one.
NIL crazy nowadays.
Man,
could have been a recruit now.
I should be a recruit now, man. Being a recruit now probably is so sweet.
Boy, what?
See, here's the thing. We had to work for all this, right? So we had to go through a period of not having no money, just like living off of stipends and whatever money you brought into college to like NIL becoming a thing, and then now kind of benefiting off of that. So people see us with stuff and it's like, oh, look at NIL. Well, we just now got that. Now there's kids coming into college straight from high school.
Day one
Money's day one. They walking in Dior. They walking into the facility day one with Dior on. Not leaving the facility with Dior on.
Bro, you know what I'm saying? And Adam with the Dior on.
Right. I mean, it's ridiculous, bro. It's ridiculous.
It's a whole nother scene now because, like, even with the podcast, like, we started this, like, out the mud. You know what I'm saying? Praise God for Alex. But, like, now they're fundraising for NIL. And we had to go get ours. You know what I'm saying? Like, we did that.
You think about they got their little podcast coming.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Yeah, Nick and Caden have a podcast.
They got the setups and everything. I'm talking about.
Yeah, their stuff is already laid though. Their stuff is not like ours where we had to kind of get out the mud. We had to build it up. Like their stuff is already funded and like following is given to
the podcast.
Oh, so we got some competition, is what I'm hearing. I didn't know about this. This is news to me.
Seems as so.
I All right. It's all good. It's all good. I'm a businessman. I'm gonna stay in the game. All right. Nah, for real though. EG, man, thank you for coming on to the podcast. Before we let you go though, is there anything we always give our guests an opportunity to speak on anything, tell the fans anything, any shout outs, anything you want to talk about that's on your mind right here in this moment? The mic is yours, my boy.
Man, I just want to say thank you to Sooner Nation. You know what I'm saying? For supporting me these last 2 years. You know what I'm saying? The energy has been crazy coming from a different school, the way you guys accepted me, to you guys as well, to Brayden and J Hall for accepting me into the culture. You know what I'm saying? Teaching me the way, learning the ropes. I say just thank you. You guys were so instrumental in my success. So that's just my heartfelt thank you, and just continue to watch me. Continue to watch me. I'm gonna go far in life. Continue to watch me.
Yes, hey, sir. Bro, you keep breaking tackles and entertaining me like that, I'm gonna keep on watching. Trust me, I love watching you.
I got
you. Ladies and gentlemen, you heard it here first. Our guy EG, 0 on the field, man. We appreciate you. You have a good holiday season, and we'll catch you later.
Appreciate it, y'all too.
All right, one more thank you to our guy EG for coming on. Brayden, that was a nice interview.
It was. I mean, EG is a very personable guy, so big personality, easy to get along with. I knew it was gonna be great.
Bro, the podcast man in me wanted to be like, bro, like take off your shades, show your face, and like get some light in there. But I didn't want to give him a hard time because I'm like, bro, like it's EG and he's wearing Dior. Like,
that's true.
What am I supposed to do?
Hey, it just, sometimes, ladies and gentlemen, sometimes the guests that we get on the show, we just kind of got to let them do their thing, man.
Yeah. No, honest. You know what reminds me of a similar situation is when we had Bob, right? And Bob was like messing up everything and the Wi-Fi was bad. And I just want to be like, Bob, bro, quit touching stuff and sit still.
What can you say?
Yeah. But it's like, what do you say to Bob Stoops? You know what I'm saying? Like,
nothing. Just be grateful he's on there.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Oh, that's funny. I didn't know about the whole podcast thing. I can't even remember whose names he said, but.
You feeling some type of way, huh?
Yeah, bro. I mean, I got a plan. I got a plan. Don't even worry about it. I'm not even tripping, but I'm just like.
It's going to take a while to catch up to ours, man. We got some loyal followers, some loyal listeners, man. Appreciate y'all. But yeah, it's going to take a minute to catch up to us. This is built the right way. This is solid, man.
Authentic, for real. And plus, bro, like we're in 2 different places. I mean, we always have been, but we don't have the whole setup and everything. Like we got 2 mics. Like, like we got 2 basic mics. Like look at this. For y'all watching on YouTube. Like what?
This is genuine. Like this is what you want to be. This is that nitty gritty. Like this is like the difference between like, it's late night, you're hungry. Am I gonna go to Waffle or am I going to IHOP? Or am I gonna go to Waffle House? I'm gonna go to Waffle House. I need that nitty gritty. Yeah. Like I need to see the cook out there smoking a cig before he go in there. He gonna go in there. What you want? All right, put on his headphones and get to work. You know what I'm saying? I need that nitty gritty. I need that grind right there. So we all right over here,
bro. That's perfect. Hey, but nah, before we wrap up, bro, the Cheez-It Bowl, the Cheez-It Bowl, December 29th. I just got one question, bro. We know it's not like a huge bowl game or anything, but like supposedly it's still a fun bowl game. I don't know anything about it, but are you going to end up with the Cheez-It room or no?
It has to be me, right? I think the only other person that they would give it to is Turk because he has a YouTube channel. But I have a podcast, so I think.
Yo,
I mean, come on now, I'm not no slight either. But I mean, yeah, obviously not the season that we wanted, and so it goes hand in hand. That's not the bowl that we wanted. We were expecting to be in the playoffs, but it's a bowl game. We have a chance to, have a positive record. And also it's in a warm environment, which is what I'm happy about. So I have no complaints.
Bro, make sure y'all are in shape for that game. You remember how it was last year when we were down in San Antonio?
Schmitty been running us.
Whew.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna lie.
we've been doing gassers this week.
For ladies and gentlemen, for y'all listening, y'all have to know that these bowl games played down south are kind of tough because all year, you know, it starts off warm and then it gets cold and then, you know, you're just not used to the heat no more. And then you go play in the Orange Bowl down in Miami and it's like 85 degrees at kickoff. You remember the Orange Bowl?
Yeah.
You remember the Orange Bowl?
Mm-hmm. Oh, I do. At night.
Bro, I was drenched in sweat. Didn't even play that much.
My warm-ups.
Exhausted. Yeah.
Warm-ups. Yeah.
And then you remember practice last year. We're about to play Oregon.
88, 89, 90 degrees Monday. Or not Monday, Tuesday practice. Whew. Yeah, that was rough.
Well, I hope y'all boys go out there and have fun, man. That's how I always looked at the bowl. Well, not the playoff games, but the ones outside of that, you know, like the Sugar Bowl and the other ones. But go out there, have fun, man. Have a good time. Take videos, pictures.
Oh, yeah.
And I'll be like your proud uncle from far away.
Rooting me on.
Yeah. But, bro, you got anything left for the people? I think that's all we got.
Yeah, that's all we got. Appreciate and love as always. See y'all in Orlando, man.
All right, y'all.
Deuces.